It is fun having like all friends who do the tours around Boston because it's like seeing your teacher at the supermarket, but every day, and it's 15 of them.
I just love how willing a lot of them are to just drop whatever they're doing in front of 30 people to be like, boo this man.
Yeah, my Rob is great about it because I'll walk by him all the time, and Rob is always just like, "Hi, Tom," and I go, "Hi, Rob," and Rob just continues his spiel, and I keep walking, and everyone's like, "Damn, everyone does know your name."
Yeah, the best was when Sean Bedgood used to be a Suffolk University police officer, so he dressed like a police officer. He looked like a police officer. When I would like run into him, I'd be like, "Hey, man," and we would like talk for a second, and it's just like. Everyone was like, "Oh wow, the colonial guy knows the police officer." If someone dressed as a baker could have come out like right afterwards and been like, "Roberto," it would have been great.
The somehow more gay YMCA.
God has gone on vacation. God's been gone for so long. God has gone on vacation. Will he be coming back? 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 God been incarcerated. Can't afford to post bail. God been incarcerated. God is rotting in jail.
Welcome to the Big Hollywood Table Read, Hollywood, Massachusetts' favorite podcast where some of our friends and actors, comedians, thespians of sorts come by and cold read sketches they have never seen before. That's right. They read sketches that they have never laid eyes on before out loud into a microphone the whole time. People who have listened to this show ask me if that's real. It's real. I don't know how much clearer to make this to people. It's both flattering and frustrating that it's the first question everybody has is the thing I say at the beginning.
Funny. I mean, because there's so many times where people make a choice that it doesn't make sense 2 lines in. Like
or I stop in the middle of reading a line. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah. People think it's like professional wrestling. They're like, is this a work? I'm like, no, it's this bad.
Yeah. Or like John struggles through reading a line that he wrote.
Allegedly wrote. Yeah. Allegedly wrote.
And with me, as always, is my co-host, Katlin. Say hi, Katlin.
Hello.
And with us, as always, is expert reading dynamo and Hollywood executive, John Farrell. How you doing, John?
Good. Making enemies, learning to read.
I believe one of those things. And returning with us is Hollywood superstar, Raoul Biron. Raoul, welcome back, man.
Thanks. It's good to be in this very real office building.
Yeah. We normally do this on the actual lot where we shoot films, but we thought that this one we'd mix it up and just make it a little bit, we take it to the office, to the penthouse
We're inside
office.
David Geffen's home right now. It's good, yeah.
We got temporarily banned by Bo.
And temporarily, we got run out of our own home by a dachshund. And
I could do some barking in the background just to like make it feel right.
We got
You are
like
the
a
dachshund
soundboard.
of comedy.
Yeah. I'm the same height as Bo. It's true.
And, known dachshund lookalike Rob Crean is also back with us, Hollywood superstar.
Both get picked up by eagles a lot.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to BC campus anymore. Their football team's called the Eagles. It's this. Those guys are always picking me up, tossing me around.
Bo has been like circled by a hawk. Remember that time we were
Yeah.
playing tennis? And there was just,
What do? You just throw tennis balls at it?
I was throwing tennis balls out to try to make Bo go out where there's no cover, and Caitlin was not having it.
I don't think, like, as long as you're walking around the dog, like, if you're nearby, I don't think the hogs could ever actually do anything. Like, that's only really an actual issue in places like the desert. Where the dogs are like run, like he was like attached to a fence. Whereas like if he's like running out in a field, then yeah, I'd probably like swoop down.
In my backyard in Lower Alston for a while, I thought it was snowing one day, and I look up and it's just bits of fur from a rat that a hawk is eating above my head.
That's crazy.
And then a couple days later, I was like, "That's so cool." And then a couple days later, the hawk died because of all the rat poison in the rat.
Damn, man! When you see a bird with like a full animal in its mouth, you're like, "Damn, that's fucking nature right there."
We're so lucky they're not like 15% bigger.
Well, you see,
obviously.
you see the Alston animal control guy getting the hawk corpse, and you just start singing the Circle of Life. You're just
well, that's kind of what led to them. I was reading in like the JP magazine. They're just like, no, we can't have like rat poison anymore. We need rat birth control.
Oh, the
Right.
humane way to eradicate the rats.
Meanwhile, it's like
But
I'm
the Christian right don't want it because they think that they believe in abstinence only rat education. That the rats need to just stop fornicating because the rats can't get married.
That's true.
I just want to know where they're getting such big condoms for these rats.
Big dick rats in Alston. Let's do the first sketch. It's going to be more normal than that, which is really good for business.
Oh.
So as always, a reminder to our listeners, these are cold reads, as people have never seen these sketches before, and John forgot about it. So, so we're going to do Stella. Let's have Rob, you play Mike. Raoul, you play Sam. Caitlin, you play Lady. And John, you're bartender. Ooh. A bar in the daytime. Two old friends are catching up. Sam's legs are dangling above the footrest, which is why he's coming up with bad takes.
Sorry about whatever it was that you were talking about.
Wait,
are you Mike? Did I fuck up immediately?
I'm the guy whose legs are dangling.
Oh, that makes
I'm
perfect
pretty
sense.
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was.
What a start.
I was cast as the guy whose legs are dangling.
I was trying to save you that. My bad.
Much as they are in this normal chair.
I'm a fellow dangler, so I get it.
Sorry about whatever it was that you were talking about.
Yeah, my cousin's situation, dude. It's tough right now.
You're right, and to be honest, man, I wasn't paying attention. But I was just also thinking, how did Stella get her groove back?
Mike is weirdly fine with this. He's used to Sam's shit.
I almost forgot you were waiting to talk guy more than listening guy. My cousin's fine, by the way.
Good for them. But back to my thing. How did Stella do it? At the time, if memory serves, that lady had, no groove. Absolutely none. She was grooveless.
You're on my tab here, and I'm cutting you off.
Oh, like I got off the boring story about your cousin.
Hey, dude, relax, all right?
All I'm saying is, with Stella, what's the groove? Is that a record player pun? Like, she got a better needle on her record player?
You think the movie Stella Got Her Groove Back is about record player maintenance?
Upkeep on those things is difficult. There are systemic issues to be addressed.
Oh, fuck you. You only watched the trailer.
I mean, a trailer is just like a single from an album. So, yeah, I may have only seen the hit single from the film, How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
The trailers are not singles.
A total stranger of a lady leans over, pretty drunk, and tries to make everything about how she's almost divorced.
Trailers are for singles. Let me tell you, I know from breaking up with my husband, kind of.
See, this lady does not have her groove back, and this proves me right, somehow.
Okay, fuck it. Barkeep. Another round.
Mike signals to bartender, who comes over with drinks ready.
Here you go, fellas. But just so you know, this lady's trouble.
Don't listen to him, but not in a friendly neighborhood drunk kind of way. Think of it in a mean town drunk kind of way.
Yeah, we're actually enemies. I'm afraid of her.
Then why is she still allowed in here?
Did you hear what I just said? I'm afraid of her.
What a fucking idiot.
I know, right?
Seriously, this guy is so fucking stupid. I mean, he just said that.
Sam, what the fuck? You're supposed to have my back.
Name one time you've had my back.
The last bar we were at, you got us kicked out because you broke the pinball machine open.
I wanted to see if the ball is made of real silver.
It's not, which I kept telling you while you were smashing the pinball machine to pieces.
You guys talking about arcade games?
Hey, stay away from us, lady.
Yeah. We're just trying to figure out how Stella got her groove back and what that groove was exactly.
Stella, the lady from that movie? Yeah, I knew her.
This is the moment we've been waiting for.
The drunk lady lights a cigarette and gets a distant look in her eye. Also, she's smoking a... Fuck. Keeping it. Also, she's smoking a Parliament Light. Obviously, you idiot.
Stella? That broad was like anyone else out in these streets in 1996, convinced the world was one big magazine, one with those perfume inserts and the envelopes that would fall right out.
Do you remember who directed it? Was it somebody big?
Shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of a booze-soaked recollection of better days.
I thought 1996 kind of sucked. I was in third grade and everyone was mean to me.
Will you shut up so I can do my story.
Listen, I got a theory about record players, and honestly, I think it's pretty solid.
You really got to give this a rest, man.
I will not. Record players are the lingering guilt of a bygone era when machines worked. That's all gone now. And also, Jack White is involved somehow.
I don't have to listen to this post-punk bullshit. I'm going to the other bar that's exactly like this one.
With that, the drunk lady storms out of the dive bar into what turns out to be blazing sunlight. Bartender saunters back over.
You fellas want another?
Yeah, fuck it.
Sure thing. And this one's on me because she stole your wallets.
Nice.
Mike and Sam search their pockets to find themselves walletless.
My wallet's gone.
Mine too. God fucking damn it, she ripped us off. You knew she was going to do that?
That woman has stolen my wallet every day for the past 6 years.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm so afraid of her. And I can't ban her from the bar.
Why not?
Because she has all the wallets.
Sam and Mike get nostalgic and mopey about their now gone wallets.
You know, I'm going to miss my wallet. That was a really good billfold.
What's this chain even mean anymore? My chain has no purpose.
Feel what you guys are saying. I miss mine too.
And while it didn't contain any money or functional credit cards or whatever, I'll still miss it.
For sentimental reasons?
Exactamundo, my man. Anyway, you ever seen that movie, How Stella Got Her Groove Back?
Fiend scene. Another piece of living cinema.
I really like that she stole the one guy's wallet, but not the chain.
yeah, right off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chain's just decorative. Everyone knows.
I also feel like John having his wallet stolen every day is something that can happen to you.
And just still giving her a ride home, too.
I just can't figure out the crime.
That felt a little targeted towards Rob, from the foot dangling to the record player shit.
To be fair, I did give Rob the non-short guy, and then you guys switched.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Also, I was
I
right
swear.
initially. Okay,
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
all right.
But
We're going to have to listen to the playback on that one.
I was panicking and was unable to correct it because I'm full of fear. Also, that was written by Zack Norton, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
explains the fear of women, the guy who is short, the fact that it is at a bar in the daytime.
Parliament Lights. Yeah.
It's a guy who's fixated with movies from the 90s.
These are very revealing about whoever writes them. Like, I can tell if it's John right away. Like you're saying, if he's struggling horribly to read it and understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, hey, on to the next one, baby. That's how I roll.
Yeah, if there's people being really bad at their ridiculous job, that's a John Farrell for sure.
I'm glad to know he's an electrician.
No, whoa, hey, I would never work with my guy.
No, huge Hollywood executive.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, shit.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what a hammer is or what end to use.
What end to use?
That's a thing hammer guys say.
Man, you are blue collar, Tom. I knew it.
That's true.
Hammer guys.
Hammer guys. Hammer enthusiast. A guy who knows how to use the end that hammers, but he has to like take a class to learn the other end to pull it out. You know,
There's two kinds of people: hammers and nail guns.
Screwdriver guys, we don't talk about them.
a little weird, those. Jesus.
Screwdriver guys. I do love a chainsaw,
Chainsaw's
Oh,
nice.
that is a good one.
I've only used them in like haunted house situations.
Have
where
you worked in a haunted house?
I have. It was the most deranged job.
Oh my god!
It was great, but it was
Yeah.
awful, and it was like.
And-
I mean,
and
it
you
makes
got-
perfect sense. Like you're
Oh,
designed to play
absolutely.
a Slender Man or something.
Yeah. No, the worst were the guys that they didn't even give characters to.
Yeah.
They just showed up and they were like ready to go.
Yeah.
and you got to be the chainsaw guy?
At times, I did different jobs. I was kind of a utility player.
Wow, because I feel like
Ooh.
being the chainsaw guy, like I feel like that'd be like the A-list role of the haunted house. You know what I mean?
A-list-
They'll just give that to anyone.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of like the first, like the shit job. The A-list role is being the guy that slides annoyingly at people.
Oh,
They have like things on their knees to slide
Whoa.
and have sparks.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
That would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, it gets old quick, but then you realize how scary the actors themselves are. It's much scarier than any fake chainsaw.
So the fact that that's the most popular job, is that because everyone's getting paid the same, but they just want the most fear in someone's eyes, like zooming in at them?
We were all getting
basically?
paid $7.25 an hour.
Yeah. So the slide the sliding in and really just smelling the fear on people. That's
that's scary.
Most valuable.
That's $7.25 an hour. That's scary. All right, guys, that's scary.
Yeah, ironically, no sliding scale for pay at all. Everyone is getting paid nothing.
So the guy that slid didn't get
Love of the game, baby.
sliding.
Yep.
Yeah, I love running a haunted house, you know? $7.25
It's the labor exploitation and the fear in children's eyes for John. Yeah, that's great.
and making them read lines, yeah.
The haunted houses are getting very creative now. You know, there's ones
Too
where you can
much.
shoot the monsters with paintball guns.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
Well, there's ones that are just like a pervert abducting people. That is one. McCamey Manor. He's had 4 heart attacks.
Where does he abduct people from? The parking lot?
No, they show up in West Virginia, and then he takes them and like waterboards them and has them sign a waiver,
Oh,
and then like shaves their head and like
What?
beats them up. and
West
he-
Virginia kind of explains a lot of this. So
And there's no getting out of it, I guess. So people will say the safe word. And he's like, nope. It's definitely a kink thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But under the guise of like it's Halloween, we're being spooky.
Yeah.
Well, the wait list is like 30,000 people.
Oh,
what
Jeez.
the
All year.
Christ.
Yeah. No, it's
it's the entire population of West Virginia.
They're like, I need a feel.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The wait list is a perfect like last thing to drop on that. Like,
Yeah.
by the way, sold out for 10 years.
Yeah, I've been waiting for my slot for years, dude.
Yeah.
I'll waterboard
Maybe
you.
you should try to promote this podcast that way. Like, people are having heart attacks listening to the big Hollywood table
That's
read.
really good.
So you have to get a special code to.
I feel like that was
Tom
like
shaved my head and made me eat bugs.
he signed something. He thought he
Yeah.
thought it was a tax form, but it was actually he's in big trouble now.
And we already have a cardiologist on retainer, so I mean, why fucking not?
Yep.
I feel like that was a big like pre-internet way that you'd hear a movie was scary. They would just spread a
Yeah.
rumor that someone had right. They
Yeah.
would be like, "You got to go see The Ring." 10 people had heart attacks, and that's just like
Yeah.
a thing people said to
Like
each
in
other
the
in like
60s.
It was just
2003.
fat
They
people
used to-
watching a movie. It was just the butter on the
It
popcorn.
was just in America.
Well, just
Statistically, everyone has.
It was this one guy. I can't think of what his name was. The one guy who did all these weird things for his movies, and one thing was he had someone like. He had like someone dressed as a nurse and someone else dressed like a lawyer, making people sign waivers when they went in.
Oh, that's so
just to, like,
smart.
Just it wasn't a real lawyer, so they didn't really mean
Yeah,
anything.
the nurse
but
was
it
obviously a
just-
stripper.
Yeah.
Like, just-
yeah. But it's good marketing.
That's great. Let's do bank job. Okay, I'm going to be pulling some double and triple duty here. Raoul, you're going to be robber all the way through. Rob, you be everybody in green. So
Great.
that's all the green guys. Katlin, you be cabbie and the other blue guy. And John, you're the yellow guys.
Yellow.
Simpsons, as we call them. The bank robbery, a time-honored tradition in American culture and also Switzerland, probably. We open on a supernormal bank in a city you go to all the time. Robber is a guy wearing sunglasses and sliding up to a window in order to speak with teller.
Okay, keep it cool, or I'll blow this whole joint.
Is this a robbery?
Do not trip that alarm. Got it? Keep your hands where I can see them, or everybody in this lobby gets it. Understand? No silent alarm.
Yes. Okay. Fine. What do you want?
Every bill out of all the drawers. Nothing from the vault in one bag, or everyone here gets the middle finger.
Listen, cowboy. I know what's at stake here.
If I flip the bird to everyone here, man, woman, and child, it'll ruin their lives forever.
Yes, I understand. That's how it works in this situation.
So, all unmarked bills, no funny business. Come on, I want 50 grand.
If you want 50 grand, I gotta go to the vault.
A security guard realizes what's happening and grabs their radio to call in the robbery.
Central, we have a robbery in progress. 34th and Washington Branch.
Robber immediately swings his closed fist towards the guard, middle knuckle bulging out like he's going to raise the finger.
Hey, old man, get on the ground. I'm fucking serious. Or I do the thing with my hand that they have to blur on cable television because it's obscene.
All right, okay. Just don't hurt anybody.
The security guard gets on the floor face down and heroically yells into the linoleum.
Just don't let anyone see you put that specific finger up in the air.
Sir, this is all the money. Please just take it.
15 grand? You cheapskate piece of shit.
No, please. I have an extended family.
The bank teller shields her eyes while Robber storms out with the money. He gets in a cab and holds a middle finger up to the back of Cabbie's head.
Freeze! You make one move, or I put this finger in the rearview mirror.
Sure thing, buddy. I don't want no trouble.
Then you won't get any. Now head to the airport, south entrance.
Have you ever actually given anyone the finger?
Eyes on the road. Enough with the questions. Turn up the radio.
Cabbie turns up the radio. It's an ad for some kind of technology, but it's unclear what.
With the streaming soda plug, you can enjoy the delicious cola contemporary that every bevhead loves. From Pepsi to Sprite to other kinds of sodas, we have it all. Visit our website. It's got so much soda on it.
Hey, what the fuck is this ad about?
It appears to be for some kind of soda channel devoted to all the best sodas.
So it's not a thing that makes soda?
It could also be that too. Maybe some kind of software as a service. I'm really scared right now.
Why don't you have Spotify Premium?
I did, but I watched a video about canceling all my subscriptions to save money.
Yeah, I get that.
They arrive at the south gate of the airport. Robert politely tips the cabbie and walks towards the guard booth, bag full of cash slung over his shoulder, both middle fingers blazing at the troops, who both dive out of the way and radio for help.
Whoa, get down! Base, alert! We got a double bird at the south entrance!
Breaker. I pissed myself real good. This guy's doing the mean thing with his hands.
Open the fucking gate!
Sure, I'll do it!
Yeah, you do it. I'm soaked with piss.
Stop talking about that!
Smash cut to Robert in the cockpit of a private jet, holding his clenched fist up at Pilot, who's flying him through the night.
So you said Cuba?
That's right. Or I give you the middle finger.
Right. I get the second part. That's obviously worse than death for me. But why Cuba? They don't even like bank robbers.
Really? I thought they'd love us because of the cigars.
You think Cubans will love you because you smoke cigars?
Oh, I've never smoked a cigar a day in my life. But once you rob a bank, you gotta. I mean, that's why I'm assuming Cuba's crawling with bank robbers.
You didn't research this?
Okay, I've been really fucking busy, okay? Get off my ass.
Fiend, scene. Very normal bank robbery.
Yeah, I love just calling anyone troop.
Everyone's a troop.
Right at the troops.
No one even comes close to stopping him or trying to stop him. He gets away with it really easily.
Also, like 15 grand is such a shit amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's got to
it's not
convert it to
worth-
Cuban like tourist money because they have a separate currency.
He's also just going to show up in Cuba and just be like, I'm an American like hijacker. They're going to be like, well, go home. Get out of here.
I really want to go to Cuba. Have any of you guys been?
No.
It is weird that they have a tourist currency. Which it kind of makes sense, but it's like separate from their actual economy. So
Oh,
just
really?
like, my sucker money right here.
Oh, interesting. I feel like they opened it up, in the past like 10, 15? Like
Yeah.
that's when it became like pretty normal to go
That
there.
was the bank robber of presidents, Barack Obama.
Who I'm pretty sure was flying the plane.
That was a little bit Obama.
Yeah.
I don't know
I was gonna say, yeah.
how I wandered into that, but that was a little bit Obama-ish.
Let me be clear.
That was not an active choice, but I guess it was a choice I seem to have made.
He's the voice of authority. I get it.
There is actually a lesson in there, I think, of like you could just have you can win Americans' trust by seeming like a pilot. You know what I mean? Like I think that's why people love Sully so much. They're just like, if you can fly a plane, you gotta be a cool guy, right?
Just tuck your shirt and have a mustache, and we
Yeah.
trust you implicitly.
Speak in a clipped way. Just kind of be like, yep.
Vaguely military.
Yeah. Sort of military, but like, yeah, I can.
But in a non-threatening way.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not like a troop.
Yeah, 'cause you're
Speaking of pilots, I did learn this fun fact.
Oh,
this
no.
week. The creator of Frasier, famous TV show Frasier,
Gotta be
was
the guy
on
from
one of
Cheers.
the planes that hit the Twin Towers.
Oh.
Yeah.
damn.
What?
That's why the reboot sucks so much.
This is what they took from us.
Yeah. It is like Kelsey Grammer is just weirdly surrounded by tragedy.
His
throughout
life is so sad.
weird, yeah.
What else is bad about his life?
Oh, murders.
Murders, lots of murders.
Lot of
his
murders.
sister
Really?
and his
Well, now you're
his
making it
sister
sound
was
like he-
murdered, and he didn't murder.
Yeah, okay.
He
that we
didn't do
know
murders.
of.
Yeah, his sister was murdered. His stepbrother drowned. He fell off a stage one time. That's probably
That's
yeah.
not the same as
That's
the
not
other.
You're right. I don't know why I ended with that one. I should have started with
Tragedies
that
come in
one.
threes.
Also, he felt that
Eddie the dog got too much attention on the show. So, you know,
he never got to meet Maris. You know?
Yeah.
I love the stories about him being like so blacked out on like pills and booze that they'd be like, oh my God, we can't possibly do this. Like Kelsey's in this state. And then they'd be like, actually be like, Niles, and just do it perfect.
Yeah, he'd nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, every episode was like the flu game, except the flu was cocaine.
It's actually more impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another tragic thing was he never learned what to do with tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Yeah, those plans were stored in the Pentagon that day.
So we don't like anyone who leaves Boston for the West Coast. Fuck them.
Let's do another sketch. We're going to learn about some dinosaurs. Okay. You know what, Rob? Let's have you play the type. You'll play guide.
Okay.
Raoul, you play tour member. Katlin, you play Stegosaurus.
Okay. Jesus.
John, you play Raptor.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
It seems like I try not to make the names but then it's like it's weird if you're just like Steve. 66 million years ago, dinosaurs roamed the earth. They were the professional football players of their time, but now they've come back, and it's not to play in the NFL. We open at the Museum of Natural History, where a tour group at a new exhibit is interrupted by time-traveling dinos.
Thank you all for coming to the museum's new exhibit, Dinosaurs, the Terrible Lizards. We have artifacts that show that maybe dinosaurs weren't that great. In fact, maybe they got what was coming to them.
An overly chatty tour member speaks up because they're annoying.
What kinds of dinosaurs do you guys have?
Well, we have a fossilized family of T-Rexes, and the main course is, of course, rocks.
Man, these dinosaurs really are just terrible lizards.
It gets worse. Upon further archaeology, the whole family had a loaded fridge.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it was stuffed with steaks.
These lizards aren't just terrible, they're dumber than the rocks they are munching on.
The floor begins to shake. Smoke fills the room. A big metal time machine appears, and two dinosaurs, Stegosaurus and Raptor, step out. They're pissed.
Terrible lizards! Pardon my prehistoric French, but this is bullshit, and I'm putting my time machine here. Parking here sucks.
Yeah, you call us a museum with such poor parking? You're going to be hearing from our lawyers. Also, Jonathan's lawyers.
This is a ticketed event, and who's Jonathan?
The T-Rex.
I mean, it is pretty stupid to be eating rocks.
It was a fad diet. Don't act like you've never fallen for one.
Yeah, that's why their fridge was stacked with steaks.
Come on, you're ruining my tour.
Fine, sure, we're rude lizards. That doesn't mean we're Take two. Fine, sure, we're rude lizards. That doesn't really make us terrible.
Rude and terrible are cousins, and you know it.
Damn, that's a good point.
How would you feel if I made a museum and an exhibit called The Terrible Tour Guide?
I wouldn't care. That's not how you get asses on the tour. We'll change the name from the Terrible Lizards to the Rude Lizards. You two will be the stars.
Fine, then you want half the dino shirt sales.
Oh, quit it with the act. You're just trying to impress your significant other.
We're not dating.
Yeah, we would never date. No offense.
Oh, so you two just came here to ruin my tour. I don't buy it. You're probably trying to get a date with King Kong. Well, hop in line. It gets out the goddamn... It goes out the goddamn... I'm going to do that end of that line one more time. Well, hop in line. It goes out the goddamn door.
This is going to be great for my dinosaur gossip column.
No one is going to read that rag.
If you want an uninterrupted tour, do one about cavemen.
Oh, yeah, fire and dressing like the Flintstones.
We're saying that cavemen suck. They're so boring.
Come on. Someone here could be related to them.
Oh no, the cave people's descendants are sad. I'm sure hope they make a language that just isn't grunting.
The tour member raises their hand to ask a question. The dinosaurs roll their eyes and allow it.
Hey, rude dinosaurs? How did you learn English?
Easily. We're not fucking stupid. We put in the time like Michael Jordan or Bob Dylan.
Yeah, like MJ or BD.
And how did you build that time machine?
We read the manual.
Yeah, maybe building a time machine isn't actually that hard, and you guys are just stupid.
Wow. Maybe we're not so different, after all.
Yes, we are different. He just called the entire human race stupid.
Tour guide, who wasn't listening, gets a small empathetic tear in his eye.
You know what? You dinosaurs are all right, in my book. We're going to change the exhibit to Dinosaurs. The misunderstood lizard.
Hey, man. Even though we came here to disrespect and ultimately kick your ass, that means a lot.
The two dinosaurs and tour guide embrace in a group hug. The raptor slips a note into the tour guide's pocket that has the raptor's number on it and reads for King Kong. Tour member immediately starts blogging about it.
That dinosaurier is trying to fuck King Kong.
Fiend scene.
I like that if I read a knowing tourist, I immediately think of my people.
It's, you know, I like for a second I was like, great choice because it's so random, and then I was like, oh no, Germans, they they
sandals,
go everywhere.
It's just really funny that like German is your first language, and yet when you do a German accent, it sounds offensive.
I hate to say it, but when we did the tour with you, Rob, when my parents came on, there was a group of 3 Germans. They were pissing me off so much.
What, do you remember what questions they asked?
They didn't ask any questions.
Really?
They were
Just
walking,
judging in the corner, just correcting him silently.
They were walking really slow for one, and so it was like there would be tons of space between them and everyone in front of you, and you couldn't get around them. And then we would stop for you to talk, and they would be like talking, having their own conversation, like while you were talking.
I think you just didn't like that they didn't like you. They're like, oh, let them walk away, please.
I guess they didn't like me, really.
No, Germans, the thing that they love more than anything else is disliking something. So you actually provide them with immense joy if they didn't like either of you.
They're pretty known for that.
We have like 8 different words for complaining.
Really? Wow.
It's like Inuits in snow. It's great. Yeah. And us is just like...
Is it like every meal and every flight and every just thing?
We can complain about things being too good.
Okay.
Yeah, they're notorious for the biggest dislike of all time.
Oh. Well, I have no idea what you could possibly be referencing.
They called it history's greatest thumbs down.
Not fans, really, at all.
Let's do another sketch.
You guys are talking about the Berlin Wall, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Berlin Wall, right? Is
And
what you guys talking
Kraftwerk.
about?
I was,
Yeah, and Pink Floyd. Yeah, we're talking about Pink Floyd. My favorite poster.
Man, why do you have Bob Marley in that corner and then Scarface in that corner?
Well, that Scarface poster is rare and signed.
By who?
By Scarface.
By me.
the manager at Hot Topic signed it.
I fucking love this guy.
Okay, we got boot camp. Hell yeah. All right, Raoul, let's have you play Sergeant. Rob, you play Hoyle. Caitlin, you're Murphy. And John, you're Coxswain. Boot camp, where boys become men, usually without singing 90s R&B slow jams. In this case, 2 new recruits, Hoyle and Murphy, are crawling through the mud under a web of string and shouting to their terrifying drill sergeant, who's a classic hard ass.
Hood, hood! You 2 lily lickers think this is hard? We haven't begun to break you yet. Private Hoyle, you broken yet?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's thank you, please. You 5'6" pile of shit. Left, right.
No, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sorry. Something just popped up to block the line. All right. No, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, sir.
Private Murphy, you still awake down there? Move it, soldier.
Sir, yes, sir. And all the other stuff.
Where you from, Murph?
Upstate New York, sir.
Ah, Yankees fan. No wonder you're such a lazy, boot-licking kiss ass.
No, sir. We're more culturally Canadian where I'm from. So we're all Blue Jays fans, even though our local television market is a Yankees affiliate, sir.
That's bullshit. Crawl out here and give me 40. Half right, face.
Murphy crawls out from under the string and starts doing push-ups, which is like rowing a boat, but on the ground. Meanwhile, Hoyle is climbing the rope on a wall thing.
Oh, climb that wall faster and better. Why do you think you boys are here?
To do the Army, sir, please, and whatever it entails.
No profit. Specifically, what do you want out of this enlistment?
To get a master's degree in engineering or a related field, sir, please. Thank you.
You dumb fucking idiot. Climb over the other side of that wall and take the shit out of your ears.
Sir, yes, sir.
Murph, you listening?
Sir, yes, sir. Please and thank you. I'm standing right here doing a salute.
Do more damn push-ups and attention. The armed services are about more than duty, you morons. Understand that?
Yes, sir,
yes,
we will.
This institution is about retail discounts. Understood?
No, sir. No. Please?
Not at all, sir. No, thank you.
At this, drill sergeant is fucking pissed and really blows his lid on these morons. No, I just keep going the same volume.
This is your office.
Yeah. Well, I own it.
We're talking about 10% off at Home Depot. 50% of all accessories at select Apple retailers. Do you shippers even know about these deals? At attention.
Sir, can we get some water?
Well, dickless, if you have the veteran discount at Target, you get 10% off the latest fall fashion trends. Bet you feel pretty fucking stupid now. And left.
He's looking pretty dehydrated, sir.
Well, he's a goddamn pussy. You're from Savannah, right? You southern boys know how to handle the heat. Left, right?
No, sir, I'm feeling pretty weak as well. I'm from Savannah, New York. We're in the west/central part of the state, sir.
God damn it, why is everybody from New York? Drink some water. Ooh, rock.
The recruits drop to the ground, chugging water out of canteens.
And a veteran gets exclusive deals, including buy one, get one free, commonly known as BOGO.
Sir, why are you still yelling at us, sir?
You get deals like that on bottled water and Gatorade products at participating 7-Eleven locations, Tin Hood.
Sir, still pretty confused, sir. Please, thank you and excuse me.
Corporal Coxon arrives on the scene. He's well-rested, fully enlisted man, carrying huge shopping bags from various retailers.
Corporal Coxon, you sandbagging son of a bitch!
Tin Hut, Sergeant. I'm just returning from a highly classified mission.
Oh, Murph, Tin Hut!
The two privates are at attention and salute their barely superior, while Corporal Coxon lights a cig with a Zippo.
What was that top secret mission, Coxon?
Sir, we won't tell. We promise. We can keep it a secret, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. We're like a vault or a hotel safe.
It was a secret mission to Best Buy so I could get a bunch of iPads, sir.
Thank you for your service, Corporal.
Tin Hut?
You can get discounts on iPads?
Oh, you sack of shit! What have I been telling you?
Not only that, but I just got a full setup of the latest men's skincare products from Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, a 15% veterans discount.
Sir, get the fuck out of town, sir.
Did I mention the slightly better premium I pay on my car insurance?
The two privates instinctively drop and start doing push-ups, apparently celebrating the discounts.
Who fucking right? I love the military.
I am excited to get a nominal discount at AMC theaters.
Tin Hut, that's Coxon, the silver-tongued devil from Pennsylvania.
I'm actually from Ithaca.
God damn it!
Fiend scene. Making choices at the beginning and then paying the price.
Wow, dude, I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that. I was trying to channel Arlie Ermy.
It was amazing. It was great audio. It seemed like a taxing performance.
You know what was really taxing was not laughing my ass off because my coworker is named Sean Murphy and he's from Ithaca, New York, and he's a Yankees fan. So I'm going to send this to him the second you have it edited. And I hope you do a special edit where you just make me louder.
Yeah. Everyone gets hurt. He's also like a die-hard military guy who believes very much in it, and he just listens
Nobody
to this.
does love discounts.
That is what it's all about, you know? It's about getting 10, 15% off unless there's a sale or clearance.
I do love the videos of guys stealing Valor to like get like an Applebee's or just like a thank you from a waitress or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
oh man, start looking around where Stolen Valor videos like take place.
Yeah.
And they're never like trying to be in a parade or something or like anything cool. They're always just like at a CVS. He's got like the hat's on wrong. He's just like saluting and shit.
Well, what's crazy about it too is I love Stolen Valor videos because what happens is guys who were never in the service get like the Navy hat and then go places to get like, it seems way more about respect than any kind of discount.
Yeah.
And then other guys who are somehow more sad because the guys who are doing this, I would say most of them have some kind of neuroatypical. These guys are not like going back to like
These guys aren't winning.
they're not going back to their like
Let 'em have
Mercedes
it.
and driving home to their mansion. They're just like, guys who do that. And then some other guy who just was in the Air Force and like, is a mechanic and has a normal life, just like is like making YouTube videos where they go out and confront the first guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
yeah,
a real
one piece. Yeah, it's just asking him a bunch of questions, and this guy's just like, "I'm an army man." And they're just like,
Yeah.
No.
And everyone at the supermarket's like, we know he's not an army man. We just let him be an army.
He's
man.
wearing the same left boot.
People thank me for my service all the time because I wear an 18th century costume. But it's not a military costume.
You ever been confronted by a red coat?
People are like, "Thank you for your service." And I'm like, "It's not. I'm not. I didn't serve in the
Revolutionary War.
It's a costume. Yeah.
To be clear, Rob does tours dressed in 18th century regalia.
Just like regular clothes, though. They're not military.
Yeah.
No, totally.
Rob would never steal valor.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but it's 18th century, and it's earnest. It's not a bit.
Yeah, people are like, because they just assume that I'm playing. I think they think that I'm a fake soldier, but I think they think I'm a soldier, so they're like, "Thank you for your service."
The weirdest thing with the military stuff is if you're ever on a base, they play when they raise and lower the flags, they play taps, and the whole base shuts down. So even if you're in traffic, you have to stop and get out of your car.
What, for taps?
Yeah.
Not even the Star Spangled Banner?
No,
it's just taps?
it's just to raise and lower the flag. So you'll just see people drop their Chick-fil-A in a salute.
Yeah, one of my coworkers
In
was telling
Germany.
me when he was in the Air Force, and when they they knew it was about to be taps, people would be running if it was raining, because if it's raining, you have to just stop in the rain and just salute.
Just get damp as hell.
So people would be running
That's the
to
sacrifices
get
we
inside.
expect people to make for this country.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
So that they didn't
That's
have
so
to
funny.
stop
And
us
the
in
first guy, when you get your assignment when you're enlisted, they're like, "You're going to be the trumpet player," and you're like, "Oh, it sucks." It's like, no, man, you have the most power.
No, they
anybody
don't.
on this base.
Most of the buglers are fake now. Like when my grandpa died, they had a bugle guy come out. And my family's all musicians, so they were rip shit. This guy was lip syncing. It's a button you push.
But they still have a
What?
guy pantomime it.
Yep, he stands there with it on his mouth. And then they
That's
fold up a
crazy.
flag, and my dad's like, "Is that fucking canned horns?" He's so pissed.
Yeah. Also, it's taps. It's not like it's
Yeah.
Louis
Yeah, I feel
Armstrong.
like I
you
could-
can't
Yeah.
learn taps.
I think I could.
You can play the recorder. I think you can do it. Like,
Yeah.
I think I
it's
could learn it
4
pretty
notes.
quick. I play a fife. I could probably figure out a bugle pretty quick.
Thank you for your service, Rob.
That's right. I know I didn't.
I mean, if you're going to be in the military, that's the guy to be. You're like, I just play the bugle. I'm the one guy that can do it, so I just go around to
Right.
the funerals.
The funeral tour circuit is exhausting.
Yeah, the road on those. Living out of a van.
It's gotta be
Sometimes
pretty-
you have a bad set, you know?
Those treble runs through old folks' homes in South Florida are just take it out of you.
It's got to be pretty sad during wartime because you're going to a lot of funerals where people were killed heroically, but even sadder during peacetime where it's just people that fell out of a window or something. That were shot with friendly fire.
You can never
not even
leave
on a
suburban
shooting range.
Florida because it's just people dying of old age.
There's a special taps for natural causes.
Womp, womp, womp.
Let's do another sketch. Oh yeah, we got psychic stuff going on. Okay.
Get out of my head, Tom.
You sound like a psychic to me. Okay. Katlin, you be partner 1. Rob, you be partner 2. And Raoul, you're the psychic.
Knew it.
Sometimes you go to the carnival. Other times you end up at a weird craft fair type situation and everyone has a booth. We join a couple nervously sitting across from a psychic who is flipping cards, reading palms, and doing it all.
Just so you know, we've never done anything like this before.
Oh, I already knew that.
Because of your psychic powers?
No, because you were unfamiliar with the pay structure.
That is also new to us.
Psychic points at one of them, squinting and breathing in a weird way.
The spirits are telling me, that you're nervous, but powerful.
Holy shit, this guy gets me. I have the strength of 10 men in my extremely small body, but I suffer from generalized anxiety.
How could he know this?
This man must be a mental fucking wizard.
Correct. But to be clear, wizards are not psychics. They're British.
Shit. We just got psychically owned.
Psychic turns his third eye upon partner 2. The room is totally silent besides all the noise from the hair salon on the other side of the wall and the laundromat on the other side of the other wall.
And you, I can feel that you were thinking this morning about how the Mortal Kombat remake kind of just came and went without any fanfare.
Holy. Oh, sorry, that's you.
Holy shit, that's true.
That's right. I can tell the future, too.
No goddamn way. Okay, do mine first.
Psychic goes deep into his luxuriant mind palace, replete with exclusive Nintendos and limited edition lava lamps. He's projecting himself into the future in a strip mall, the motel of malls.
You. will read a thing about Lady Gaga that pisses you off. And then you'll pay a parking ticket on, wait, I'm receiving this sometime in the next year.
Okay. Not sure how I can use any of that.
Hey, go check the sign. Does it say useful psychic? No, it says psychic. Right above the thing about the vape shop being temporarily closed.
Oh, yeah. Is that vape shop ever going to open back up?
Not a chance. And that's not my psychic powers talking.
About your psychic powers, can you tell me anything about my future?
I'm seeing the time you watched a bunch of TikToks about Michael Shannon. It seems like early spring. It's hard to tell the year. No flying cars yet.
Okay. These are things that will obviously probably happen. That's not psychic.
But he knew the thing about Mortal Kombat.
You're right. That's a crucial piece of magical realism.
Just to interject, I don't know if magical realism is the right term for what I'm doing here.
Tell me something else I'm thinking right now.
You're thinking about how home improvement is kind of underrated.
God fucking damn it, why is that kind of true?
Because I'm not a useful psychic.
The psychic bursts into non-telekinetic tears. He's got a lot going on and also missed lunch, so he's tired and cranky.
You don't know what it's like, okay? All I know how to do is read whatever pop culture bullshit people think about or do.
Partner 2 is immediately calming and apologetic to this blubbering lunatic. They had a great meal just before coming here at Quiznos, which is still around.
Hey, it's okay. It's all right. We're not mad.
It's hard to learn how to read someone's soul or if they're going to die. You got to go to grad school.
There's grad school for this?
Yeah, and it's expensive as fuck. It's called Yale University.
Oh, damn. So it makes you psychic and a member of the CIA?
The double major, asshole. Also, the Fox sitcom Ground Before Life wasn't as good as you think it was.
I will fucking end you.
Yeah, you prick. 0 stars on Yelp.
Yeah? Well, you're going to see that in an Adam Sandler movie and think it's kind of charming.
Partner 2, emotionally torn limb from limb, looks up to the sky, which is a ceiling.
No!
Fiend scene.
That had it all.
Some stakes, no stakes. Stakes again.
Take it Yale. I liked it. That was
At
good.
Yale University.
My alma mater.
Yeah, John's
Where I
alma
went.
matter. Yep, John went to Yale.
Yale.
His name
Oh,
is...
I thought you meant the CIA.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
redundant. That's right.
Yeah, I'm, I was in Skull and Bones. I'm related to Taft somehow.
Yep, you're tied
I
in with the...
used to work for the granddaughter of Taft.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
Did she, what was the business? Was it one of those, like, I'm just a rich lady and...
No, she was very young. She was probably in her late 20s, and she owned a vintage store in Harvard Square.
Oh, yeah, that is
exactly what you do after
Yeah,
your
yeah.
parents owned a country. Yeah.
yeah. Or you become like a...
That
an
wasn't
open-
how the presidency worked back then.
What? Oh.
You're like a rich kid whisperer.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not a useful psychic. We've
You're
established
like,
that.
yes, yeah, you're like the psychic, but for rich kids.
Yeah. No, I
That's
can.
what working in Harvard Square does to you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It
Oh,
ruins
totally.
you.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can smell them. No, it is. I was telling Rob this. It's tough though because during reunion week, it's the only time that because Harvard Square has a lot of really mentally ill people living on the street who are really wacky and a lot of them going through a lot of shit. But during reunion week, they get treated so much better than they normally do because people aren't sure if they're just lunatic Ivy League grads.
They think they might be with honors.
Yeah, 'cause-
like Joe
Oh,
Pesci from
bunch
Movie
of,
with
bunch of
Honors.
Kaczynskis.
Yeah, exactly. Who's the best Harvard grad? But normally if there's a guy running around screaming about how the CIA gave him acid and then he invented a new kind of math or whatever. It's
Yeah.
okay, buddy, shut up. But they're like, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe this guy is doing... Maybe this is what string theory is.
Oh, so they're all like, this could be the next.
This could be the
Unabomber,
former.
or-
No, they're like, this guy could be my professor next year. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's covered in shit, but I don't know. The business school's changed. Yeah. There was a guy who whipped his dick out at work and pissed
Today?
it. Yeah, no, it was a year ago, but doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing. He was in his 60s, Harvard guy, wearing a Letterman jacket, which is
Okay.
of all the schools to wear a Letterman jacket for. And our recycling bin is directly in front of our bathrooms. This is indoors in front of our bathroom, and he doesn't want to go in the bathroom. He pissed into the recycling
Was
bin.
just a line?
No, I don't even think so.
Oh, really?
I think just entitlement.
Wow.
And we kicked him
Damn.
out.
Christ.
And almost fake mustache style, changed his clothes and tried to come back in later. And I was like, dude, it's not worth it. I will remember you.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
You're an attorney, sir.
You like, was there a minute where you weren't sure and you were like, let me see that dick?
Yeah.
I gotta see the dick to check and see if it's the one I'll recognize.
Yeah, I was like, show me that brown cock first. Yeah, you're a very pale man with a very leathery penis. I remember that, actually. Damn it, Rob. Damn it, Rob.
The things you learn at Harvard University.
That your penis ages independently, I guess. It doesn't need sunshine to tan.
I work on Boston Common, so I see tons of dicks. One time I was on Boston Common. And
the Harvard of dicks, actually.
This guy was riding a bike down the sidewalk on Boston Common with his pants hung down to his knees, so his cock was hanging out. And as he rode by me, he just shouted out, "I'm off my meds."
And the thing is, when that happens in Boston Common, nobody's like, a mathematician. Everyone's
That's
like,
Goodwill Hunting.
Let's do the last sketch. Speaking of geniuses, Zack Norton original. Hell yeah. This one's great. Okay. Let's have Rob, you play student.
Great.
This is right on theme from what we were talking about.
This is exactly tied to what we were talking about. Raoul, you're going to be first mate. So we're not over here, but you're going to be first mate. John, you're going to be captain. Katlin, you're going to be guard. Cool. An MBA student walks into the Nantucket Whaling Museum to gather prereqs of a primary source to complete their major in business with a minor in maritime law.
Hi, hello. I was told I could interview someone here.
Yes, you can. The sea captain is over there, but we're closing soon, so don't wind him up too much.
Yes, over here. I mean, yar, I'm here.
Hi, thanks for meeting on such short notice. I just had a few questions.
About the sea, yar, I'm your Ishmael.
Okay, cool, yeah. I just have to pad out my thesis with some first-hand accounts of maritime law and other sort of maritime type stuff that you might want to. You can interrupt me at any point.
And then
really.
you get the sheepskin, and the world's your oyster.
Take it again, John.
And then you get that sheepskin in your take 3. And then you get that sheepskin, and the world's your oyster.
Yeah, sure. So I just need to hear a little about Flotsam and Jetsam and how it was practiced back in the day.
Well, all right, lassie. Flotsam and Jetsam. Where do I begin? Okay, you gotta imagine I'm stirring me pipe full of tobacco. I'm pantomiming and holding it right now.
Yeah, great, sure. But I know the difference. Flotsam is the stuff thrown off the boat, which is fair game for plunder, and Jetsam is the stuff thrown off the boat, which is fair game for plunder, and Flotsam is stuff that went down with the boat, which legally would belong to the captain.
Yes, in the domain of the company that owned him. That's right. The difference between Flotsam and Jetsam. Yeah.
The museum bathroom toilet flushes, and a second whaling museum character, the first mate, comes out with toilet paper stuck to his naval jacket.
This young lady giving you trouble, Captain. Asking too many maritime questions without her sea legs.
Yar, let me introduce you to my first mate. Goes by the name of Portside.
His name is Portside?
I'm left-handed. Get off my fucking back.
He's allergic to bullshit. Hence the toilet paper handy up his sleeve.
Okay, yeah, so I was curious about Flotsam Jetsam applied to how Flotsam Jetsam applied to sea captains. Would a captain that goes down with a ship legally become Flotsam as opposed to Jetsam?
The sea captain gets confused with his pantomime pipe. At first, he tries to smoke it backwards, but then corrects himself while remembering a classic naval battle as Guard looks at his watch.
There was a battle, a sea battle. Oceans were like tennis courts back in the days.
Like doubles tennis?
Doubles, I wish. It was always singles, and I had to play the ball boy.
Closing time coming up soon. It's almost 2 p.m. That's 2 p.m. Visitors are out.
Yar, just like tennis. We used to go to battles with other whaling vessels, and we knew neither of us would, get out alive. But we would fight to become Flotsam, not Jetsam, or so we thought.
So, hang on. I should be recording this.
I'm always recording everything. It's part of me job.
If a captain couldn't go down with the ship, we'll load him up into a cannon and shoot him into the other vessels.
You put sea captains into cannons?
He gave the order, and I put the sea captains into cannons. Yeah, like a tennis ball boys feeding a pitching machine. All recorded in high definition.
There's a dissolve, and we see a master and commander type naval battle where sea captains are loaded into cannons and being shot back and forth between the vessels, splintering wood with their heads like they were doing a Here's Johnny Shining parody on the sea. Cut back to the interview, just like The Usual Suspects, starring Kevin Pollak in a way.
Yar, we were competing for life insurance policies.
So you had multiple captains, and you'd shoot them at the other ships.
Captains came 3 to a can those days.
Travelers insurance life plans. Yar, if you got enough sea captains on the other ship, they went down with it.
You'd have enough life insurance claims to make the company 2% gains in stock?
Hey, that's my line. I explained that part of maritime law.
I overstepped. Sorry, you please explain.
The seas were like baseball diamonds back in those days, and the bases were loaded. And one grand slam, which was shooting 4 captains into another ship, well, that was a guaranteed home run to Davy Jones' locker room.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yar, Floatskin, we Quakers.
All right, John, you got to do it again.
No.
You got to read what's on the page.
Yar.
You've already said this word 1,000 times, too.
I really think you should have just let it lie. I really liked it.
All right, go again.
Too worried about the voice.
That's great.
Can we pronounce it one more time? We'll do it.
Flotsam.
Take 2. Yar, Flotsam, we Quakers. Fuck. Take 2. Flotsam. Fuck.
Oh, my God.
All right. Take 4.
Quakers, it's Quakers.
Yar, we Flotsam, we Quakers, we had a code and knew how to stick to it. And this is way before the Mormon bastards.
Come on, guys. I said 2 p.m. You know we have to close early because you sundown so hard.
Cheers to that. Back to another naval battle flashback. They're packing a sea captain into a cannon, but his peg leg ignites off the wick of the cannon, causing an explosion inside the cannon midship. There's a lingering ringing noise.
Are you okay?
Yar, yar.
Okay, well, thank you. I think I got what I needed.
I should have gone down with the ship, yar.
And now you've done it. You've made him melancholy for the seas of the past, which are merely pickleball courts now.
Excuse me, miss. I don't care if you're a broke grad student. You're paying for their Ubers back at the Naval Nursing Home. These geezers are sundowning, and you got them too weepy.
Yet another naval battle flashback. The first mate is arguing with a parrot to sit on his shoulder so he can become the captain. The parrot flies off but gets intercepted midair by a sea captain getting launched into another boat. The parrot explodes in a bunch of colorful feathers. Holy shit, this is like the baseball thing, the Randy Johnson thing.
Hey, ahoy, Captain. If it's any consolation, I don't think it was your fault.
Oh, so it was my fault now. Classic maritime attorney bullshit blaming the first mate.
Yar, you know we call them sperm whales because their brains look like jizz.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
A lot of people don't know Quakers can be funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Help me put them in an Uber.
The sea captain falls over, farting and burping, which reveals that he was insanely drunk the whole time. First mate argues that he actually prefers Lyft. The museum guard locks up and then performs a karate something with an antique harpoon. It's actually sick. It's like he's from Highlander. The end. Fiend scene.
Oh my God.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's the most perfect casting in the history of the world.
Yeah. Was that the
very
role
fun.
that you requested?
I practiced this in my apartment.
No, you did not.
I did. Twice.
It makes sense because it is essentially Pirate Al Pacino.
It was so great how you I know this happens. This happens to me sometimes where you like just you know how to say a word, and then like all of a sudden you don't know how to say a word. Like, you can't, even though you've said it multiple times before. It's just something clicks, and sometimes it happens with like comics' names when I'll be bringing them up on stage. I'm like, I know I've said your name 1,000 times, but what is it again?
Yeah.
And then like they tell me, and I'm like, of course, and then I bring them up wrong.
Yep.
You know?
Quackers, right?
I really got to learn to fucking read.
Just write every character as sundowning for John.
Yeah. That fixes it. This sketch was the solution to John's reading problem.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that was the Big Hollywood Table Read, the feel-good podcast where everyone feels great about their reading ability. No, that was great. That was amazing.
Yeah, I got some reading mistakes slip through without anyone calling me out. Pretty good. I'm sure you guys noticed, but you were like close enough. And
well, the indecipherable Rob Crean, I never catch his mistakes because he sounds so smooth. Thank you for doing the show, buddy.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
No, of course. Do you have anything you want to plug? This actually comes out Sunday, so in a few days. But
yeah, just my albums on wherever you listen to audio. Especially Sadly Sacritan is the one that I
Sadly
think is
very fun.
Good.
Yep.
Yes, it's very sad, but also funnier than it is sad, I think.
It's a wonderful, fun listen. And Raoul Biron, thank you for doing the show again, man.
Yeah, it was a blast, dude.
Yeah, of course. Chuckles at Charlie's, 10 p.m. on Thursdays in Harvard Square.
Earlier now, it's 8:30.
It's 8:30.
Yeah,
Charlie's.
it
in
starts
Harvard
at 9.
Square.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Go to Harvard Square. Support local comedy. Yeah. Anything else?
Sadly Sacritan, double recommend.
Sadly Sacritan, we all recommend 5 times. Yeah, this is the Big Hollywood Table Read. Please tell your friends, like, subscribe, tell your enemies, whatever. We appreciate you listening, and we'll talk to you next time. Katlin and John, I think we did a good job.
We especially did a good job.
We did a great
John
job.
did a great job today.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Well, he